I do not. Well, shit.
Shalom Baka. Dalam makanan.
Yo que mi guarda. Yo- Cola Mua. Isin Amaya. Masimaloma. Ras.
Oh, alamak. Dalam ka ng bayan na. Ah.
Kakalambayan.
Siya lang bang kaya na? Huh? Ah.
Shashalutu. Schlambensingola ba 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 ba. Bla bla blufko. Ho 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 ho. Wa wa slum. Fla fla fluko. Sla sla flu.
Yo que me guarda. 날라. 하지 마라. 하지 마. 하신가라 우라.
bayan?
Talagang bayan na siya na makaka.
Dakalang bayan. Ah.
Ai, som uliccia. Just give me one good night. la chota. Jamsika, bayana, jakamala chota.
Oh, we've only got like 10 minutes left and then I have to go.
Away his health. He may have trouble going to the bathroom, but he has no problem going on an adventure, long as he keeps his second pair of eyes. She shoots, she finds, and she slides straight into your heart without consent. Meet Wheeler, a new addition to the Hamlet family, a certified explorer with her trusty gun and compass. Besides having low health, Wheeler shows little difference in terms of biology when compared to default character, but her specialty lies in her healthy thighs. The explorer is a natural speedster, and any empty slots in her inventory are another boost to her legs. At the same time, equipments in her hand or on her body makes no change to her speed, so guess she can keep her clothes on. However, for her mobility, Wheeler sacrificed her inventory, thus has 3 less pockets. Quite a bummer, but perhaps that was necessary to learn this dynamic move, allowing herself to skate through some distance. With short cooldown between each slide, she can slide away from one trouble then straight into another lickety-split. Should the need arise, Wheeler can also make evasive maneuver while holding an item outside the inventory slot. Note that no item, turf, or substance that grant extra speed in regular movements have no effect on the distance and the speed of sliding.
Gold for Burb. Gold for Burb. You go here. Does farming good? Not much for, you guys. Okay, we're moving. starting.
Moving on to two items exclusive to this Lady Explorer, the Pneumatic Horn and Navigadget. Starting with Pneumatic Horn, this long-range weapon turns almost any items into deadly projectiles. Your choice of ammunition can be as logical as stack of pebbles or as ridiculous as tools, plants, gems, canoe, clothings, armors, weapons, relics, treasure, buildings, money, trinkets, and full course meal, entree, main, and dessert. Now, killing people with ice cream, that's a childhood dream come true. Still, the inflicting damage does differ based on the type of bullet. Here we have the tier 1 bullets, and perhaps too soft to cause any serious harm. Then we have tier 3 bullets, not so common and you would think twice as harm. Here we have the tier 3 bullets, not so common and you would think twice before shooting these away. Yet the damage they deal is much higher. Perhaps among them, the easier ammo to obtain is 10 oink piece, once again proving that life is so much easier when rich. Any item that were not listed are most likely tier 2 bullets, which allow moderate injury. The exceptions include, but may not be limited to, Robin Egg, teleportation trinkets, living critters, and Navigadget. Maybe you could use this air horn to prove how insane you are. No traveler is complete without a compass, and this one's quite special. The basic property of this gadget is to facilitate your scavenging by locating any items or critters closest to you. However, the Navigadget has a bit more depth than that. Not only can you find objects, but you can also get approximate bearing of certain biome. For example, an iron ore you picked risking your life can lead you to painted biome, where the iron is scattered for picking. You could also locate resources ready for harvest, even if they are not on ground, such as finding berry bushes using berries. However, its use is even greater since it locates 1. Nettles, and only those ready to be harvested. 2. Clippings. Just like nettles, only hedges that are ready to be shaved trigger the compass. 3. Silk from cocoon tree. Still not impressed? Then what about animal tracking? This is a limited feature since there are few mobs Navigadget cannot locate. However, there are still many the compass can. Just like how you found berry bush with berries, you could find one of those pigs using chunk of meat. To list out few other useful trackers, 1. You can find mant using monster meat, 2. Peacock using feather, 3. Pico using morsel, but morsel also tracks bird, so keep that in mind. The limit to Navigadget lies in the fact that it cannot locate items in different areas, such as those inside a building, cave, and ruins. This includes objects in separate rooms, so this lady traveler does not necessarily have the upper hand in tomb raiding. The limitation extends to items in chest, items taken by tree rats, and items consumed by lure plant. This is not a feature exclusive to Hamlet if Wheeler could travel to the original constant. Here you can locate beefalo with manure, bunnymen using carrots, and so on. Try this and that to become true explorer. And now, couple of trivia. Both Navigadget and Airhorn can be used as an inventory to hold items. While you cannot place entire stack in Navigadget, you can place any equipment. Sliding also allows Wheeler to slip through enemy attacks unharmed. Therefore, if timed correctly, she could face a foe without retreats and still not receive a scratch. However, this is a very risky move and your armor still takes the blow, so at one point you could be without protection if the fight drags on. But we all know true warriors do not cower in shell and die really fast. Instead of regular ending, I will finish this video with an advertisement. And yes, now
Let's watch his Wormwood guide, cause why not?
You know what Clay is good at? Making a good game. You know what Clay is not so good at? Explaining what the hell they just added. That's why I paid Cyfem to do the homework for me, so if
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things?
Here we go.
he's lonely and woody and smells just like duty. By joining DST, he makes us feel dirty. So what is he really? Well, I'll tell you truly. Despite the nature-friendly appearance, the physical structure of Wormwood shows no difference from that of default character, so it seems all uniqueness lies in his abilities and features. Number 1, Poor Eater. That's right, all dishes affect hunger and sanity, but never the health. Quite a drawback considering how food is often used to heal oneself. However, this also means he can chug down food considered health hazard, such as monster foods, raw cactus, and red mushroom. In fact, a red mushroom is as filling as a carrot, so Wormwood can spare that veggie for others and keep shroom for himself. Of course, Wormwood can also enjoy taffy and green cap without ache to the heart. For some reason, however, Jelly Bean works normally on Wormwood. Just don't ask me why. Number 2, Fast Burner. While not as fire-catching as single-player version, Wormwood in this world is still made of wood and still extra impervious to flames, thus needs extra care during certain events. Number 3, Tree Hugger. When interacting with plants, any benefit brings delight, while any harm brings sorrow. The effect of sanity is quite evident because planting seeds and plants give him 10 sanity. This includes planting on various farms and decorations. Digging up roots and plants costs 5 sanity. Chopping down tree costs 15 sanity. If killing the mother is so horrible, at least plant the babies and you get to feel better once again. And digging and replanting, in other words, killing and reviving the plant over and over can be one way to increase Wormwood's mental health. Still, there are few floras Wormwood feels no guilt committing fratricide, and they include light flowers, evil flowers, cave fern, mushrooms, lichen, and any lunar island plants besides the native sapling. Any greens that are burnt, dug up, or diseased do not faze Wormwood either because he feels nothing for the dead and the weak. Now when the plant is burnt, or when the harm is done by others, the consequence is rather vague. In fact, that is why Wormwood can destroy multiple trees using other tools, long as the tragedy happens somewhere out of sight. See no evil, feel no evil. Still, he better not follow Uncle Maxwell or Uncle Woody into the woods. It could be quite traumatizing. Number 4, Seed Planter. As hinted before, Wormwood can plant any seeds dropped by the birds, and each will yield healthy fruits and vegetables I never eat in real life. Problem is the extremely slow rate of growth compared to any farm plots, even with large amount of fertilizers. Furthermore, these crops can rot after a while, which again is unlike any other farms. However, with the help of Auntie Wicker, this is one way to mass produce foods within short time. Moreover, according to YouTuber Swanky Samied, who uploads multiple Don't Starve videos himself, pointed out how seeds planted could act as a marker on map and can be used to pinpoint entities that do not appear on map, including statue pieces and beefalo. Number 5, Poop Healer. Poop dropped by pig, koalefant, beefalo, monkey, bats, and birds is warm and smelly blessing to Wormwood. Bucket of Poop can be used multiple times for same purpose, though rather waste of resource. Number 6. Spring Bloomer. During the spring, Wormwood starts to go through 3 stages of bloom, and while his speed increases small amount, his rate of hunger drain becomes double the usual at stage 3. Coincidentally, that's when people hate him the most. When fully bloomed, Wormwood leaves track of flowers that attract bees, and boy, that sure is fun during spring. Coincidentally, that's also when people run away from him. Number 7. Green Venter. With his green thumb, Wormwood can whip out few interesting items. Starting with Living Log, he can produce it straight from his arm at cost of his health. This means you can have your own Living Log slave as long as you heal him now and then. Then there is Bamboo Trap that is quite lethal against horde of mobs and even you with your friends. With Wormwood becoming easier source of Living Log, the cost of Trap is alright and could prove effective depending on what enemies you are against. Still, if you prefer never to be stung, you can don this Bramble Husk. Not the best in terms of damage absorption, but much like Bramble Trap, the payback to the assailant is quite impressive, and even more so if there's a crowd. Along with Bramble Trap, this also prevents damage from any thorn plants, so leave a piece at desert in case someone goes cactus hunting. Like Bramble Trap, this splash of thorn can hurt your allies, so best not stay too close in dangerous lands and die alone. And last but definitely least, this Compost Wrap that is medicine for woods. Not only quite costly, but the time it takes to apply lasts long as he'll be alive in battle. Although it is also very strong fertilizer, the cost effectiveness remains questionable. And now the trivias. The crops on ground can be torched to be cooked. The crops that are days old can be near rotting, but cooked vegetables are always dropped fresh. Eye plants are friendly to Wormwood, allowing him to clean out many killer bees with little trouble. Marble trees are just statues, so Wormwood feels nothing towards them. People planting around Wormwood also brings him joy, so if there's any gardening going on, Wormwood better take part of it. With limited methods to heal, Wormwood would be better partnered with Warthog for soul, Weber for gland, and perhaps Wickerbottom for bandages. Another interesting partnership is that between Wormwood and Woody. Since Wormwood can produce 2 living logs on demand, that could return Woody from Werebeaver state. Don't forget that Tent, Furwool, and Siesta Lane can be used to regain health. And that concludes another chapter. If you find any interesting feature regarding Wormwood, keep it to yourself and make your own.
Alright, next one. Sure.
Young little miss who knows little bliss can summon her sis from the depths of abyss, who gives not a kiss but a deadly hiss, and frankly most helpful when totally pissed. Thus I've a list how she could assist, consisting of nothing but absolute gist. Number 1. Summoning. Abigail can now be summoned as soon as Wendy jumps into the world and without murdering innocent critter. Also, long as she is in your sight, Abby can now be called back into her flower, conveniently bringing her in time of fight and taking her in time of flight. However, the sister brought too early into world can be quite fragile, and her health threshold increases over course of 3 days whether summoned or not. This will however reset if Abigail or Wendy falls in combat, so like always, try not to die. Since Abigail cannot be deader than she already is, she can indeed be called right away, but only as a broken spirit. So it's best to soothe the soul for a moment, give it enough time, and she'll be back good as new. Number 2. Fighting. Lack of sacrificial ritual does not mean lack of bloodshed, since the flower can act as a switch to provoke Abigail's homicidal tendency to attack any mobs in vicinity, including their nest. Still, no command is required to get the ghostly girl to save the ghastly girl from getting hurt. Number 3. Attacking. The amount of damage the ghost can deal depends on following 2 factors. Firstly, how many mobs she is fighting at once. While Abigail is known for her AoE attack, the blow is dispersed among multiple foes, thus damage is lesser when dealing more than one enemy. Secondly, how healthy Wendy is. The will to protect grows stronger as Wendy becomes weaker, going as far as dealing additional 40 damage when Wendy's health is at 1. Of course, this is definitely not the best condition to be maintaining, especially when Wendy's basically a walking toothpick. Number 4, doping. Wendy's knowledge in ectoherbology allows her to craft various concoctions to boost Abigail's chance in combat. Revenant Restorative accelerates Abigail's healing factor. Spectral Cure-All is another healing potion, but more effective over a very short period of time. Unyielding Draught gives effects similar to Thulecite Crown, but lasting only for split seconds, thus only effective against mobs attacking in tandem rather than single mob. Distilled Vengeance makes sure the opponents pay for their violence unless attacking from afar. Chloric Tonic increases Abigail's feistiness. And finally, Vigor Mortis helps your sister to catch up, though I must say it could be cheaper to just carry her. Still, it works like a charm if going after quick scoundrels like Mr. McTusk. All these potions require Morning Glory, a plant you'll discover by assisting Peep Spook on its journey to find lost toys. The lost soul found on random grave will flow towards the general direction of where you must head to, and the halo above its head will grow bigger and bigger if you're closer to the destination. From this quest, you may get several Morning Glories to whip out some juice for the dead. Another craftable that strengthens this haunted bond is Cistern, a structure quite easy to build. When filled with 4 petals, it relaxes your mind like Walrus Hat, and Abigail shall reach maximum health upgrade 4 times faster than usual. Who knew Remains of Dead Girl could be so pleasing? And now the trivia. Losing Abigail or calling her back into flower will deduct sanity, but can be restored moment she is brought back out. The flower of your sister can be crafted now and then thrown into fire, you monster. Having a ghost sister, Wendy is quite familiar with spectral entities, thus no damage is taken and no sanity is drained, long as she behaves, that is. Though adorable, Peep Spook still spooks the heck out of players other than Wendy, so best not keep it as a pet.